gonna review my trade from today. Um, Starting on the daily slash hourly here, we kind of just got up to all-time highs over the last couple of days. So kind of as a general rule, I'm looking for kind of longs only here, unless it's so obvious liquidity to the downside. So getting on to the hourly and kind of looking at where we were at in the session. We started basically again at all-time highs here. So I'm kind of looking at the hour and the 4 hour here and looking for these pullbacks, which is kind of what we ultimately got when I actually took this trade. So I'm just looking for big swings down and then a reversal to the upside. That's kind of the only play I'm looking for, and then targeting whatever we can get and in terms of other liquidity and then the all-time highs. So scaling down and looking at our sessions here, I see just London liquidity here to target. I see some relatively decent targets, but then kind of scaling down, looking into the actual liquidity that we got today. Off 9:30, we have this big move to the downside, and I'll get down to the 1 minute so I can really show you what I was thinking. Kind of right off the bat, we get this super large, obvious fair value gap down. And that was my initial thought, is could we get a V shape right back up? We didn't. Price was kind of bad from 9:30-ish into the 10 somethings range here. So again, I'm only looking for longs, and the play that I ended up taking was, I see this obvious kind of manipulation leg down, and I'm like, can we get this back to the upside? So I wanted to be safe here today just because this play took a while to play out. But anyways, when we form this 5 minute gap here, that's actually what I'm looking for to break. We almost broke it at this 10-10 candle, but we kind of faked it out, brought it back down. There was actually a decent 3 minute short play here that you could have taken off this 5 minute holding, but I just didn't see any obvious liquidity to the downside. It was pretty far, and you would have just been taking it to the hourly that was just tapped, which I didn't really love, so I was still looking for longs. And then just drawing out the trade that I took here, we had this long right on the close at whatever time here, and I put my stops kind of at the close of the body here and was targeting the 9:30 candle. And maybe if it was fast, I would have tried to hold for all-time highs, which in this case were London highs, which would have been a little over 2R, but I was just holding, going for the 1.5 and wasn't going to scale. And unfortunately, I took the break even here, moved pretty well in my favor. My break even point was actually this wick, because I thought there was a chance that maybe we would turn around here. So I'm just going to mark that out. BE. Went BE before maybe what was natural, which would be the actual high here. But just to play it safe, and we ended up getting break even on this trade, which sucked because we ripped right after. And if you look at NQ, which I'll pull up real quick, it was a smaller wick down, and we actually wouldn't have gotten stopped. Everyone who took the trade on NQ hit, but that's neither here nor there. I think I followed the process well. Didn't make any money. I actually lost a couple bucks, because that's just how the fills kind of be when you get a massive wick down like that. But anyways, down 500 on the account right now, but gonna keep it pushing. Thought that was a good trade, and yeah, don't see really any problems with that. I'm taking that 10 times out of 10 and feel great about it.